Hi everyone, this is Luke, and today I'm in the United Arab Emirates for the next stage of the Gate of Heaven tour. This is Dubai, and this is the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. So it's pretty cool to see this up close. And I'm spending a few days traveling around the Emirates to play in 4 of the 7 Emirates that were united into the UAE, I believe 48 years ago this year. And so I'm playing in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, in Ras Al Khaimah, and tonight I'll be playing in the Emirate of Ajman. So if you're in Ajman or if you're in the area in general, please come along. You can get the dates and details at my website on lukeslot.com/tour, and you can get all the specific details for the whole tour from Matt Taze, who's managing the tour, and you can contact him through the website there. There's a link there to contact him and get details. So if you have friends in the Gulf, please share the link with them, let them know. Hopefully they can come to some of the events. After the UAE, I will be traveling to Bahrain and then continuing back to Kuwait to finish the tour there. So as I said, it's really exciting to be in this part of the world during these last few weeks of this year when we are celebrating the Bicentenary of the birth of the Bab, because the Bab actually he sailed through the Gulf on his way around the Arabian Peninsula to go to Mecca and to announce his message publicly for the first time. He went to Mecca and he went right into this very heart of the Islamic world and announced publicly that he was the promised one that the people of the world were waiting for. So it's a very dramatic story of the Bab sailing around the Gulf and making his way to Mecca. And he would have actually sailed around Dubai. He would have come along here through the Gulf, and he would have passed right by here. And there's a few really, really interesting little anecdotes that are collected about his journey, which lasted about 2 or 3 months. Apparently it was a very difficult journey that was, undertaken in very extremely uncomfortable circumstances. It was, stormy weather and really difficult conditions for travel. And at one point, it's recorded in the Dawnbreakers that the Bab was really in the depths of these difficult conditions. And at one point he offered a special prayer, praying that humanity would be enabled in the future to improve means of travel, so that the difficulties of travel would be eased for people, in the coming generations. And coming to somewhere like Dubai, which is so developed and almost futuristic, this prayer is on my mind. Unfortunately, I don't know if the prayer is recorded anywhere, but I wanted to share with you the story, this little anecdote of the Bab writing this prayer while he was on the ship around the Gulf. So Nabil writes in the Dawnbreakers, he describes this moment. He says, "The Bab himself, in the Persian Bayan, refers to the hardships of that voyage. For days," he wrote, "we suffered from the scarcity of water. I had to content myself with the juice of the sweet lemon." Because of this experience, he supplicated the Almighty to grant that the means of ocean travel might soon be speedily improved, that its hardships might be reduced and its perils be entirely eliminated. Within a short space of time since that prayer was offered, the evidences of a remarkable improvement in all forms of maritime transport have greatly multiplied, and the Gulf, which in those days hardly possessed a single steam-driven vessel, now boasts a fleet of ocean liners that can, within the range of a few days and in the utmost comfort, carry the people of Fars on their annual pilgrimage to Hijaz. The peoples of the West, among whom the first evidences of this great industrial revolution have appeared, are, alas, as yet wholly unaware of the source whence this mighty stream, this great motive power proceeds, a force that has revolutionized every aspect of their material life. Their own history testifies to the fact that in the year which witnessed the dawn of this glorious revelation, there suddenly appeared evidences of an industrial and economic revolution that the people themselves declare to have been unprecedented in the history of mankind. So I often wonder, what was that prayer that the Bab offered for improved means of travel. I wonder what he said and what kind of intention he put out there from his heart into the universe. So anyway, here we are, looking back on that year of 1844 in the Gulf, just around this little tip of land that the Bab sailed around and offered this prayer. So thank you to everyone for following the tour. Thank you to all my hosts for hosting the events, and a huge thanks as always to my patrons for supporting the tour. If anyone wants to be a patron and support the tour, you can do so at patreon.com/lukeslot. But in the meantime, please do check out the tour dates on lukeslot.com/tour. Join my mailing list if you'd like to receive updates. You can join on my website. And yeah, thanks again for following the tour. I'll do some more updates in the coming days as I travel around the Gulf. Okay, much love to you all from Dubai. Bye.
I am the promised one. I am the one whose name you have for 1,000 years invoked, at whose mention you have risen, whose advent you have longed to witness, in the hour of whose revelation you have prayed.